Welcome back to Inscryption. We're off to a aggressive start. I really like I really like everything that's going on here so far. The young wolf cub. It grows into a wolf after a single turn. The meek sparrow, an inexpensive yet if feeble flying creature. I'm assuming I am only picking one. You stumbled into some strange stones in the mist. You were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that will be lost forever. Huh. I kind of like my cat. I'm hoping I'll get another flying at some point. Pick me. Am I sacrificing this to power up someone else? All right, Stoat. What an honor. A ghastly spectacle, but the soul of the sparrow now lives in the stoat. Oh. I have a flying stoat now. That's actually great. Alright. Definitely a little unsettling to have them talking to me, but... Behold my totem. It inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. Well, that's not fair. Can I bring my own totems? He's completely insane. You see that, right? No care for the rules. Pathetic, really. Enough. Only keeps around to watch me suffer. Back on the board. My totem has granted my coyote the power of flight. Wow, that was a lot to start with. So how often do these things get replenished if I use them? I mean, I don't want to lose again, and I think I lose next turn. How much damage will I deal? Well, I'll kill the bat with my stoat. I'll do 3 damage to him, which will put the balance back at 0. And he'll do 2 to me in the next turn. So actually, this should be fine, I think. I did not hit the bat? I don't understand why the stoat didn't kill the bat. Did flying things not fight each other? You're 4 damage away from winning. Okay. You may only draw a card at the beginning of your turn. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. There's nothing else I can do anyway. So this is interesting because it's not an additive and subtractive thing. It's a constantly additive scale. Um, but I do more damage than him, so I think I should win this turn, right? Because I'm going to do 6 or 7 damage, so that should make me win. Or kill its thing. Okay, I don't understand why that didn't take... Didn't that wolf have... Didn't the young wolf have flying? Why did that one get killed by my wolf? I'm actually genuinely confused by the rules here. Huh. I think I just roll with it. 1 card per turn, don't be greedy. I mean, I don't have another slot to play in. And nothing kills the cat, I guess? Alright. So I won. Impressive. You may yet survive this ordeal. Knock on wood. The ornery porcupine. Sharp quills await those who dare attack it. The flighty elk, it moves after attacking. Interesting. I don't know, the elk feels like in a versus match with another person, it would be a more interesting pick because they might directly target it because of its movement. I also don't, does this mean it always moves right? Or does it move anyone else? These rules are a little ill-defined, but I guess that's part of the game is not fully understanding. It's aesthetically part of the intent. Or maybe I'm giving it too much credit there. Let's go with the elk. I think that's another totem versus a campfire. I don't know. Let's go the riskier route, or the riskier seeming route. I kind of like the cat. I don't know. I don't know why it's always those two. So does it always imbue... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If the one that's sacrificed passes on its abilities... Huh. I'm gonna assume that's what this means. We're gonna find out if I'm right. Okay, it does. Actually, now that I think about it, that may have been a huge mistake because part of what made... It's somewhere in this foul cabin. Be silent or I will tear you to shreds. Okay. Part of... I may have made a huge mistake there because part of my opening for this deck was to play a squirrel and then play the cat off the squirrel. Which actually, thinking back, I would have preferred... If I understood how this worked, I would have preferred to have the no sacrifice... We're lacking sacrifices, yeah. I would have preferred to have the live through a sacrifice thing on the stoat because the stoat is a good opener. Because it has actual stats. I mean, as my deck gets bigger, my chances of... This is a whole thing from... I used to play Magic a long time ago. This is a whole thing about deck building and deck building games in general. You start thinking about the number of cards in your deck and the likelihood, the statistics of you drawing the cards that you want and need for your openings and your various plays. So you start thinking about your opening. So the cat was already starting to decline in usefulness a little bit because my deck is slightly starting to grow. We have been doing more sacrifices, so it's been more stable than if I wasn't doing sacrifices. But as my deck gets bigger, the chances of me drawing my opening, my typical opening that I had been using, that's squirrel, then cat, then stoat, was getting less and less probable. Grand Fur. It's a little bit fussy. I don't know. I can't click up there, but I can click there. I know I can lean forward to look directly at it before this, but also a little bit weird when I look at... Well, actually, now it's not even letting me look at their cards without leaning forward. But in the previous episode, you saw me right-click on the thing to look at the cards over there, and it didn't zoom me to them. In this case, it does. Mighty Leap. A card bearing the sigil will block an opposing creature bearing the airborne sigil. Okay. Grizzly. Okay. So my opening is still opening with the stoat. The Grizzly's got pretty massive attack. I don't think I want to put it in that slot because my stoat is not going to fight it. This spot, you sure? No, I'm not sure. Do you have a suggestion? Anyway. So this did not replenish. So now I can either sacrifice the stoat or I can pop this other squirrel. Right? Because I can't drop blood from a Grand Fur. Yeah. Is this a waste? Possibly, because it's only going to last 2 turns, but that's kind of what I need to do to survive. I don't have anything else to sacrifice. I have to draw a squirrel. Nothing else in my... Well, unless I drew the... that may have been a mistake, actually. Okay, so now we're getting into a different thing, which is card rotation. So I could leave the Snapper and have it defend for 1 more turn, or I can sacrifice it on this turn to put the Elk in. This is a gamble because technically that's a loss of resources that I didn't have to take. I already put resources into summoning the like permanent resources into summoning the turtle. And the elk is now going to die. So this actually may have been... Well, I wouldn't have been able to summon the elk. I wouldn't have been able to summon the elk without killing the turtle regardless. And if I had happened to draw the wolf... I wouldn't have been able to summon it either without sacrificing the turtle. And that would have been the only thing that would have been smarter, because then I would have been able to use it as a held sacrifice more permanently. I mean, nothing in my deck costs 0. Can I just defend with a squirrel? Or does the overrun still damage me? Okay. I think this is the lesson this match wants me to learn, is that there is no overrun damage, at least not in this state, so with no additional attackers, I can stall him out indefinitely. Which means I actually do think I made the right choice with this stoat. Because if I had placed it against the grizzly would have been unimpeded, and I would have just lost. It is very interesting how little this game wants me to understand. That everything, I'm learning most things indirectly. Let's see. I don't know what the fire does. Let me do that. Oh, that's how I get more items. I have to go to another knapsack. Okay. Watchful bullfrog, it leaps in the way of attacking flyers. Okay, so that gives us reach, and then there's a porcupine. This seems useful. Okay, what's the fire? You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation, they huddled around a campfire. He looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire, that will enhance its power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. So what is it? What is the trade? Am I actually just making a mistake and gonna lose this, or am I doing something smart but with a downside I don't yet know? I picked the river snapper because I don't know. So we're gonna find out. The fire warmed the poor river snapper, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached towards it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the river snapper away from the fire and left. Huh. Didn't do anything to my card other than empower it, but I do wonder what other ramifications that has. Alright. We'll come back for more of this next time.